Ready? We on? We're on.
Good evening. I would like to officially call the Zoning Board of Adjustments and Appeals meeting to order. And the first thing we'll entertain is our roll call.
Ms. Fletcher?
Here.
Ms. Lauren Dane?
Here.
Ms. Bushman?
Here.
Mr. Kessler?
Here.
Mr. Harbor?
Here.
Thank you. And we do have a full board tonight. Our business calls for the election of officers. We have 2 elected positions. We have a chairman and we have a vice chair. And at this time, I will declare the floor open for either nominations or discussions of this election. None?
I'll make a motion to appoint Betty Fletcher chairman.
I second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that we would, did you say appoint?
Select.
No, okay, I just wanted to be sure.
Whatever.
We will elect Betty Fletcher to serve as the chairman of this board. And at this time, did I get a second on that?
Yes.
It has been moved and properly seconded. So at this time, we'll have roll call vote.
Ms. Fletcher?
Aye.
Ms. Lauren Dane?
Aye.
Ms. Bushman?
Aye.
Mr. Kessler?
Aye.
Mr. Harbor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
So with the motion carrying, Betty Fletcher will continue to serve as the chairman of this committee until election time again, or if something else occurs before then. Okay. Now we have the same action to be taken in regard to our vice chair. We may either open it up first for nominations.
I nominate Brenda Bushman.
I'll second that.
It has been moved.
Who seconded?
Okay.
What was that?
He asked for the second.
Oh, okay. All right. It has been moved and properly seconded that Brenda Bushman would serve as our vice chair. And at this time, we're just opening the floor for vote by roll call.
Ms. Fletcher?
Aye.
Ms. Lauren Dane?
Aye.
Ms. Bushman?
Aye.
Mr. Kessler?
Aye.
Mr. Harbor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Ms. Bushman has been reelected as the vice chair of this committee. All right, you received copies of the minutes for the December 7th, 2023 meeting. And of course, I would like to thank you so much for covering for me, and I appreciate the phone calls I got out of concern. So thank you so very much for that. And since you've had ample time to review them, the first thing I'll do is just ask, are there any corrections or additions that you would like to place on the floor for discussion? Any changes?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay, well, if there are no additions or changes, I will entertain a motion for approval of the minutes as recorded.
I move that we approve the minutes of the, what was that date?
December 7th.
December 7th meeting, 2023.
I second.
It has been moved and seconded that our minutes from the December 7th, 2023 meeting be approved as recorded. Roll call vote.
Ms. Fletcher?
I abstained since I wasn't here.
Ms. Lauren Dane?
Aye.
Ms. Bushman?
Aye.
Mr. Kessler?
Aye.
Mr. Harbor?
Aye.
We have majority approval, so a majority aye vote. So with that, our minutes from the December 7th, 2023 meeting are approved as recorded. Okay. This board is composed of 5 persons with 2 supernumeraries, and we are empowered by the Alabama State Legislature, but appointed by the City Council, and we're charged with hearing petitions for relief from literal and strict application of the zoning code. Cases are heard in the order in which they are filed. Motions are made in the positive, and each case requires a positive vote of at least 4 members. A simple majority will not approve an action. The burden of proof for variances and special exceptions rests with the petitioner. Any party aggrieved by any decision of this board may within 15 days file a written notice of appeal to the circuit court. Okay, as usual, we look at the cases that we have before us, and I did make a note regarding the attendees to register because I didn't see anybody outside of the board members and staff here. So with that, I will go to staff and ask, have you heard from the petitioner? And there have been some instances when we had, everything was pretty straightforward and we didn't have questions, and we have heard petitions without the petitioner. But in this case, there are some gray areas that we would have to make decisions about. So, of course, I would yield to what your suggestions may be. But if we don't have somebody speaking for, in favor, or against that case, I would like to entertain a motion that we table it.
The staff hasn't received any correspondence that they would be here or wouldn't be here tonight, so we don't know if they're going to show up.
Okay.
Then I would make a motion that we continue.
We did not have a case in February. We have a case in February. Is that how that works? March.
We're past the date for February.
We can make a motion to continue it to the next scheduled meeting. So I would make a motion to, I'd make a motion in regards to case number SE 2023-005 and variance 2023-016 at 723 Crestview Drive to continue this case to the next scheduled meeting.
I second the motion.
Okay, it has been moved and properly seconded that in case number SE 2023-005 and variance 2023-016, 723 Crestview Drive be continued until our next scheduled board meeting. Roll call vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not used to having to write these things. I'm learning new skills. Ms. Fletcher?
Aye.
Ms. Lauren Dean?
Aye.
Ms. Bushman?
Aye.
Mr. Kessler?
Aye.
Mr. Harbour?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay. The next thing, do we have any old or unfinished business that needs to come before the body? Okay.
Good evening. I was just going to update the board that we have received notice of an appeal from the denial of variance from Mr. Harold Ortiz. This was in reference to case number variance 2023-013. Where we're at now, just to let you know procedurally, we have received notice that there is an appeal. I have to file something in circuit court basically preserving whatever defenses that the board may have, and we also have an obligation to transpose to paper all of the hearings that might have been heard regarding this property and this request for variance. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. If anybody would like an update on this, I intend to periodically send out emails to everyone and let you know, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those. But just want to let you know that this has been filed, and we don't receive many of these. I think we've maybe received 3 in the last 15 years, just to give you an idea of how often we have them. But I'd be happy to update you and let you know how that proceeds and procedurally how that's going to go forward. But right now, we're just simply responding to it.
Okay, just wait. I'm sorry. We thank you for that update, but I do have a question, and it's been in the back of my mind for a while. That, of course, I understand why we do what we do. But when a situation such as that develops, do you use our recorded minutes and you submit them to the court, or do you actually have to go back and play those tapes?
We actually have to play the tapes and actually do a full transcription as to what was said by who was speaking. So we have to go through and actually get a court reporter to go through and transcribe the entire proceedings. That's the requirement of the statute. And a lot of times, a judge can make a decision on these types of cases on written filings from both parties to say, this is the minutes. They're undisputed, or not minutes, I'm sorry. Here's the actual transcript. They're undisputed. We think the law is followed, therefore, we think the case should be dismissed. So that is probably where this is going to go, but I will let you know that they have requested a jury trial, which is their right, and we'll see whether or not it actually does progress to a jury trial, but I'll let you know as soon as I have some idea and I'm able to get a feel from the court about it.
Okay, well, I only ask that because I know in a couple of the workshops and since that time in some of our decide board discussions, that's why we try to be so careful about the nature of the motions that we make and sometimes the comments that are made in the meeting because we don't know when we're going to be in court.
Mm-hmm. And I will say this, the burden is on the person that's appealing from your decision, and they have to prove to a circuit court or to a jury that your decision was arbitrary and capricious. The more, I mean, just generally speaking, the more information, the more questions you have, the more that you talk about an issue, it's easier for me to defend. And I believe in this case we have two separate hearings, although technically two separate requests for variance, but involving the same property and pretty much the same issues. I believe we have over 2 hours of hearing and discussion about it. So I'll save my discussion as to what I think the strength of our defense is, but I'll give you a lean and let you know that I think 2 hours probably wasn't arbitrary and capricious on your part in the decision that you made.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Board members, do you have any questions at this time?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. The only other thing, do we have any other business that needs to come before for the good of the order? Okay, well, I'll be remiss if I didn't say that I thank you for the confidence that you have re-elected me, other than some health issues right now. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to be here, but it hasn't gotten that bad yet. So right now I'm okay. But when I'm not here, I know you're in good hands. I really don't worry about you. I'm always afraid I don't want to be reprimanded again from the mayor's office in saying that we were unable to conduct business because we didn't have enough committee members in attendance. And I don't think that has happened to us but once in almost 20 years. So that's a pretty good record. So, but anyway, so I appreciate your dedication and the seriousness in which you respond to the cases that come before us. And we also have tried to be professional, and we've also been courteous and respectful to those persons who come before us. And I think that's very important. So nobody could ever come back and be telling the truth if they said that we talked down to them or we belittled them or we were condescending or something like that. We try to avoid that happening because we are here to serve the people of Madison. So I thank you for the confidence and all of the support that you continue to give me. And I just cannot say more than enough about our staff. I depend on the information that you provide us. Occasionally you have to go back from a historical perspective and look at some things, and we request information, and we always try to visit the site. But it's just so good to have the reports that you give, the details, and you usually give us more than one perspective to make the decisions that we have to make. So thank you for all that you do. And I just wish you each a Happy New Year. May the very best be yours.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So with that, unless we have some questions and somebody who's just not ready to go, we are officially adjourned.
All right.
Thank you.